Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets. Cyberbullying can occur through SMS, text, and apps, or online in social media, forums, or gaming where people can view, participate in, or share content. Cyberbullying includes sending, posting, or sharing negative, harmful, false, or mean content about someone else. It can include sharing personal or private information about someone else, causing embarrassment or humiliation. Some cyberbullying crosses the line into unlawful or criminal behavior.
Hi everyone, my name is Faika Hazwani binti Fairuz and I will be presenter 1 and I will be presenting about pie chart and bar graph.
The diagram shows the main reasons why people are cyberbullied. There are 7 reasons, which are appearance, academic achievement or intelligence, race, sexuality, financial status, religion, and others. Now, I will be explaining about the features of the chart. The data shows there is 61% of people getting cyberbullied because of their appearance. 25% were bullied because of their academic achievement or intelligence. 17% because of their race, while sexuality and financial status share the same amount, which is 50% each. 11% because of their religion, and lastly 20% because of others. Different colors represent different reasons, and the percentage of each reason is shown. The data shows that appearance is the most popular reason, while religion is the least popular. In this pie chart, it can be seen that slightly over a tenth of people, with a percentage of 11%, are cyberbullied because of religion, whereas exactly a quarter are bullied with a percentage of 25% due to academic achievement or intelligence. Thirdly, below a fifth of them, with a percentage of 17%, are targeted because of their race. In conclusion, appearance was the most common reason people were cyberbullied, while religion was the least common. Next, I will be explaining about the data analysis for bar graph. The diagram represents the types of cyberbullying in the United States in 2021. The survey was carried among residents in US. There were 8 types of cyberbullying, which is any harassment, offensive name calling, purposely embarrassment, any form of severe harassment, physical threats, sexual harassment, stalking, and lastly, sustained harassment. Next, I will be explaining about the graph features. From this survey, a large majority of residents experienced general harassment as a form of cyberbullying, while sustained harassment and sexual harassment were the least common types. Y-axis represent the types of cyberbullying, while X-axis represent the percentage of people getting cyberbullied. For the comparison, the percentage of people experiencing offensive name calling as cyberbullied was dramatically higher than those who experienced stalking as cyberbullying. It can be seen that 35% of it was offensive.
Hi, my name is Nurhanis Ayuni binti Masaud. I will be the second presenter that presenting pie chart and bar graph.
The diagram shows the type of cyberbullying victimization. The types of cyberbullying victimization were stranger, friend, boyfriend or girlfriend, current or former, student, brother or sister, and someone else. Next, let's move on to the features. In the pie chart, each slice represents a different percentage and types of cyberbullying victimization. The diagram shows a large majority of strangers were the most frequent victims of cyberbullying, whereas a group of brothers and sisters experienced the least victimization. It can be seen that exactly 2/10 of cyberbullying victims with percentage 20% was group of someone else, whereas slightly over a tenth of cyberbullying victims with percentage 11% was group of friends. Thirdly, below a tenth getting bullied with percentages 9% was group of boyfriend or girlfriend. Although cyberbullying by brother or sister and boyfriend or girlfriend constitute a smaller percentage compared to other sources, their impact is profound due to the close personal relationship involved. Next, I will continue by explaining the bar graph. The graph shows the impact of cyberbullying. There were 9 of impact, which is abuse drugs or alcohol, develop and eating disorders, skip class, stop using social media, self-harm, deleted their social media profile, had suicidal thought, develop depression, and lastly develop social anxiety. Move on to the features. From the survey, it represents data values using horizontal bars. The y-axis represent impact of cyberbullying and x-axis represent the percentage. Regarding to this survey, a large majority impact of cyberbullying will develop social anxiety, while abuse drugs or alcohol, there is impact of cyberbullying. For the comparison, the impact of cyberbullying, which is develop social anxiety, was significantly higher than develop and eating disorder. It can be seen that there were 41% of developed social anxiety and 40% of developed and eating disorder. The impact of cyberbullying, which is developed social anxiety, was drastically higher than abuse drug or alcohol. It can be seen there were 41% of developed social anxiety and 9% of abuse drugs or alcohol. The impact of cyberbullying, which is self-harm and stop using social media, with percentage 25%, was slightly lower than deleted their social media profile and had suicidal thoughts, with percentage 26%. Lastly, the conclusion is it can be concluded that the percentages of individuals who deleted their social media profile and had suicidal thoughts, with percentage 26% each, are slightly higher than those who stopped using social media or self-harm, with percentages 25% each.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Tuan Nur Amira Tuan Aini. My matrix number is 17 DIB 23F1030. I am a third presenter and I am going to present a line graph and bar graph.
First, for the introduction, the line graph is about the number of reported cyberbullying cases in Malaysia from 2021 to 2024 divided by gender, which is male and female. Second, for the features, it is a double lines graph, which is the pink line for female and a blue line for the male. The second, the diagram shows that the number of report received from female is higher than male. For the comparison, from 2021 to 2022, the amount of report received by males is 2,000 cases, which is a little lower from a female that amounted 2,100 cases. Meanwhile, from 2022 to 2023, a decrease happened in a movement for both gender, and as a result, the amount dropped to 1,950 for female and 1,900 for male. But in 2024, the amount of cases is drastically rose up, with the amount of 4,015 for male and 4,100 cases for female. Last, for the conclusion, from the research done based on line graph, the study found that the number of cyberbullying report cases received by female is higher than male. Next, the second graph is bar graph, and it shows the recent cyberbullying victimization by race from the range of age between 13 to 17 years old. Next, the features of bar graph. The graph contains a percentage and different types of races such as white, African American, Hispanic, multiracial, and others. From the overview, multiracial has the most victims for cyberbullying than the others. For the first comparison, African American races has dramatically lower victims of cyberbullying, with the amount of 16.1% compared to multiracial, which has the higher percent of victims, which is 29.1%. Second, for white races, with the percentage of 25.8%, the amount of victims was subsequently higher than Hispanic, with the amount of 18.1%. Other races, with the percentage of 19.8%, was a little higher than Hispanic, amounting 18.1%. For the conclusion, the review based on the bar graph, we get to identify that multiracial races has the most and the highest victims of cyberbullying. Meanwhile, African American has the least amount of victims.
My name is Anis Eliani binti Muhammad Baidi. My matrix number is 17 DIB23 F1035 and I am the last presenter. I am going to present line graph and bar graph.
For the first graph is line graph and it shows the result of cyberbullying victimization and the data is collected from the variety of ages. For the second elements of line graph is features. It maximizes a few of ages which is from 13 years old to 17 years old and the percentage shows the frequency cyberbullying happen by ages. From the line graph, it is clear rose up trend of cyberbullying happen is at 15 years old with 27.7% and fell out trend of this case is at 17 years old with 16.2%. For the first comparison, it shows the cyberbullying tends of significantly increase at around 14 and 15 years of age, with the percentage around 27.2% to 27.7%. At the 13 years of age, it shows marginally fell to 25.1% because of exposure to media social and gaming platform that very young teenagers have been cyberbullied recently. For the last comparison of line graph, the percentage of 16 to 17 years of ages is a little decline from 20.2% to 16.2%. In conclusion, the peak of cyberbullying victimization happened is at 15 years of ages, while at 17 years of ages is the least of cyberbullying happened recently. Next, I will continue the presentation with bar graph. The bar graph shows cyberbullying statistics in social media platform on 2023. It is divided into 6 platforms. The features of bar graph. The graph contains the percentage and 6 platforms, which is Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, WhatsApp, YouTube, and Twitter, allowing us to compare which platform does cyberbullying happen a lot. Among these platforms, it shows the subsequently higher on Instagram that cyberbullying happened. Meanwhile, the Twitter record the lowest percentage. The second comparison is the percentage between Facebook is significantly higher than Snapchat, which is around 37% to 31%. The percentage of cyberbullying happen in YouTube is fractionally lower than WhatsApp, amounted 10%. Overall, it can be concluded that the highest percentage of cyberbullying in media social platform was Instagram, and Twitter is the lowest percentage.
To sum up, cyberbullying has serious consequences on individuals, particularly affecting their emotional and psychological well-being. Victims often suffer from anxiety, depression, and diminished self-worth. In more severe cases, it can lead to self-harm or even suicidal thoughts. Cyberbullying frequently goes unreported, making it difficult for others to recognize or intervene. To effectively address this issue, greater awareness, preventive measures, and education about responsible online behavior are essential.